Welcome to the inner arena. This ain't about motivation. This is about leadership conditioning. Leadership meaning leading self first, working to get our swag on. Self awareness, why power, aligned action, and grit. Hit the subscribe button below and let's get our reps in. Today, I'm going to talk about how he limits us. He being hidden envy, and how he limits us. This is what I'm talking about, okay? It affects us in a couple of different ways. One, within ourselves, and then two, from others. And hidden envy is just what it sounds like, a blind spot that shows up that you're totally kind of unaware of in certain moments, and it hinders you because envy, we're talking like jealousy, hate, right? Not literally hate, but envious of not wanting others to succeed for whatever reason, but it's hidden. That's how deep this can be, right? So let me put it into this context for you. Let's say you're a part of this group and you're looking for feedback. And any time that you're part of a group, you get a lot of comments, you get a lot of engagement, all of these different things, right? But the moment that you have an idea, right, and you share that idea, no one comments, no one says anything. Hidden envy, right? Hidden envy, meaning that it's totally ignored. You're ignored. And hidden envy isn't intentional. It's all driven through the subconsciousness of, in that moment, not really wanting to support. And for whatever reason, you don't know what you don't know, so you don't support the person. Hidden envy, right? So any other time, people provide feedback, they share on different items and different subjects. But if you have an idea, everyone goes silent and provides no feedback. So I call that hidden envy. And it's not intentional that they purposely um, are hating on you or jealous of you. Just in that moment, there's no awareness to support you. Hidden envy. Well, how does one overcome that? I don't know. That's a tough question. But I say swag, self awareness, why power, aligned action, and grit. And as I mentioned, it happens in two ways. It happens from others and it happens within ourselves. So when someone is accomplishing something and you're always engaged with them to support them, to help them, and for whatever reason, you ignore them. And the intent isn't necessarily to hate on them, but it's hidden. It's hidden envy because the behavior demonstrates that you're not open to supporting that person in that moment, and it's easiest to ignore them. And then one of two things happens. One, there's hidden envy present, or two, that punk ass inner critic is present, right? And the inner critic is writing shotgun to sway you not to provide feedback in that moment, right? So there's two elements of this that's actually happening. The hidden envy, it's it's subconsciously based a lot of times, and it's on autopilot, and you're conditioned not to support in that moment, not knowing why not to support. You just don't. And when you break it down, if you feel like you don't want to support in that moment, is that driven by the inner critic then? Because if this person or people in the group that you're connected with, why wouldn't you want to support them? Okay, and this is where the inner critic comes into play. Well, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Well, point taken, but that's the inner critic driving that judgment that you don't want to hurt them. Because at the end of the day, you are hurting them by not giving them feedback. You see what I'm saying? So you're in this double jeopardy type element that's happening right now. there's this hidden envy that's potentially present, or that punk ass inner critic. Each limits us. And so, swag, self awareness, why power, aligned action helps us create consciousness around all of this stuff, right? Within myself and within the others that I interact with. And what that looks like from a self awareness standpoint, if I'm seeking feedback and all of a sudden I'm not getting it from a particular group or people I'm indulged with, I would have the awareness that um, there's there's something going on right now. Why am I not getting this feedback, right? And that feeling of emptiness that I may have because I'm not receiving feedback in that moment, that's awareness, right? So then what do I do? What do I do in that moment? What's my bigger purpose, right? What's my biggest purpose in this moment? And that's the why power. And that's what I'm looking to see of what type of fulfillment and I'm trying to get in sharing my idea with this group, right? And if I don't get the feedback in that moment, the aligned action is to not get pissed off, not judge why others aren't supporting me in that moment, right? And because they may be dealing with their hidden envy or their inner critic. And so I'm not going to fault them for that because they may not know what they don't know and conditioned to not provide feedback in that moment. And my judgment is to myself is to limit the judgments that I may carry to just be more understanding in a moment that maybe they just missed my messaging, or maybe they're going through some things and they don't have time to respond right now, whatever that case may be. But then the final piece of it is grit, right? Keeping the determination for whatever I'm seeking to just keep moving forward and don't let others' hidden envy affect what I'm actually trying to do for myself. But that's swag. That's swag. And that's what I really try to teach in the arena. And so when we're dealing with this hidden envy, it's tough, man. It's tough because we don't know sometimes our own agendas, and we don't know other people's agendas. And when we don't get what we want in moments in time, is it based off of other people's hidden envy or their punk ass inner critic? I can't answer that. But what I do know is you have a feeling, right? If you put something out there to the universe and you're indulged with certain groups of people, individuals, right? And you have this vibe, this sense of an energy, feeling that something isn't right, or you not getting the the feedback that's needed to move forward, that resonates a certain energy type feeling, right? And what's potentially present in that moment is some sort of hidden envy that you're feeling of others that's generating, or there's this inner critic, this punk ass inner critic that's influencing the hidden envy in others that generates this energetic feeling that you may be experiencing in that moment, which I've defined previously as catabolic energy. But man, the real question is, how do I overcome that? Like I said, swag, self-awareness, why power, aligned action, and grit. And the more you condition your mind around that framework, the better off you become. And these things of like hidden envy doesn't really affect you as much because your swag is present. And that's what this is all about. Subscribe below, and I'll catch you on the next round.